And fans and even people that aren't necessarily fans of the NBA are mourning the death of Kobe Bryant, the NBA superstar, and his 13-year-old daughter, 7 other people. As we say, they were among the 9 people killed in a helicopter crash yesterday in Calabasas, 30 miles from Los Angeles. Bryant was one of the greatest basketball players of all time. He also left a mark on the business world. Joining us now is Jabari Young, CNBC.com sports business reporter. We've talked about it. Not everyone knows that he had a private equity interest and a pretty successful interest in a lot of different areas. Not just sponsorships, but
sold a big business to Coca-Cola
and won an Oscar.
Yeah, great businessman, but better than that, great father. And right now I'm hurting still because it doesn't seem real. I came up covering Lower Merion High School, and after Kobe was gone, but you go back to that, suburban Pennsylvania. You go back to that community, they idolize that man. I mean, they really, Kobe is everything to them. Every time I went to Lower Merion's gymnasium, there were kids lined up. You just knew it was a different feeling. So today hurts, yesterday hurts, and I think it's going to remain that way for a very long time because, it's such shocking news that, Kobe is no longer here.
He was just back here in New York City for the U.S. Open, and he was almost an ambassador of sports. So when he was in town at the Open, was it ESPN, whoever covered it, he was on a lot of and I felt like I had just seen him as almost like a friend, and I just remember he couldn't get the smile off his face, and why couldn't you at 41 years old to have that's what kills me, is looking at the life he was going to lead for the next, and his 13-year-old daughter. I mean, so many different. And everybody else that was there too,
and that's what's so
he was
bothersome.
in such a good place. He was
an ambassador for women's sports too, man.
Women's soccer, basketball,
absolutely. He loved it.
And at the U.S.
He really saw things through his daughter's eyes, and I think I have a daughter myself, and waking up and you see your kid running around, they look just like you, they are you. Kobe's daughter wanted to be just like her dad. She wanted to rule the WNBA, and I think she was going to get there, and that's what makes this day even more tragic because. You knew she was coming. You knew she had her dad. You were thankful, and you were going to be so great to see her one day get to WNBA, and to have her life taken like that is just it's sad. It really is.
Can you assess his career from a business perspective for us? We were having a conversation in the 6 o'clock hour about Kobe versus Michael Jordan versus LeBron, not necessarily simply as basketball players, but as businessmen.
I think the world was still waiting for Kobe to just explode, to do something great. He had some equity in some companies, especially the performance drink. I forget the name of Body Armor, I believe it was. He was smart, tech savvy. Andre Iguodala is a guy who I look at and I say Kobe Bryant and Andre, they're on that same trajectory. But he was very smart, very savvy, man. And that's what I think another, piece of the business, the sports business world, is going to miss because Nike. Remember, Kobe Bryant, Kobe's Nike shoe was one of the highest rated shoes of all time. I think it was like right after Jordan and LeBron. Kobe was right there. From a business aspect, he's going to be missed on all platforms, but more so when you look at your TV and you look at NBA games and you look at the hurt and the emotion that these guys are going to show over the next few days. That's when it's going to really hit you. I haven't really shared that emotion. I haven't really cried like that, but I'm sure it's going to come out. I'm sure it's going to come out. It's going to come out for everybody because, again, Kobe Bryant was that special. When that man stepped on the court, you knew to bring your A game because if you didn't, Kobe was going to send you home crying, and that's what made him special.
Double team, triple team.
Couldn't stop him.
I couldn't believe that. I look back at what L.A. They traded that guy Vlade Divac for. I mean, it was the steal of. One of the greatest steals of all time.
My only thing with Kobe was when he came back to Philly that All-Star year, and he said he was an LA guy now, And from a Philly perspective, that hurt. Even though he's technically didn't play and not from Philly, he's got the Lower Merion back. But it's just, I think when you see these guys come up from kids and they make it to the pros, it's a part of you, because you got a chance to follow their journey, and it hurts even more. So, like I said today. Just a very hurtful day in the world of sports.
One of those days. I'll remember where I was.
You remember where you was?
My son in the back seat. He goes, Kobe Bryant. I go, yeah. What about him?
Does it feel real though? It doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel real, man. It doesn't feel real. And that's the part when it does hit. It's probably going to hit even harder.